Hello, can you all hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning,
Good,
ma'am.
good morning.
Okay. Um, so as I told you yesterday that today I'll be starting with interview techniques. Uh, Before I start with that, I would like to ask you, is there any need to learn those techniques? Do you think it is necessary to learn interview techniques? Okay. Yes. Do you think that there is a necessity to learn interview techniques?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if we say yes, then of course we have to learn something. Can you tell us few reasons that why do we need to know?
Good
At least,
impression.
pardon?
Good impression.
Good impression. Okay. Yes. Means that shows what you know about. Okay. Uh, anyway, good. I'm going to talk about all those things. All right. Good impression. Okay. Anything else anybody would like to tell? Yes. Okay. So let us means if anybody has nothing to do or nothing to say about or say more about that, then we'll start with what I have planned for today's class. Can you all see that slide now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay. Here, the title, as I said, and I tried to show some picture here. What do you see in this picture?
The person is giving interview and the jury members.
And they are asking something to the person.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and look at this. Does this show something? This handshake?
Deal. Deal.
See, when
Deal or
we,
meeting.
yes,
Selected.
yeah, yeah, that, okay, we'll talk about this in the coming slides. Okay. But anyway, yeah, good guess you people have made. Okay. So there are, let's move on to the next slide so that we can discuss. Array, what is happening? Yeah. First of all, we all should know why we are giving or why we are giving that particular interview. We should know the purpose of interview. Okay, what could be the purpose of interview?
Getting job.
Okay, so that is one way of interview that we all the time give interviews to get a job. Okay, anything else? See, are you aware that you are getting just a minute. I want to add those people who are in the queue. So all those people who want a job, they will give interview. That's okay. But those who are in the job, they also have to give interview. Are you aware of this?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah, because if those who are in the job and if they want promotion or if they are due for any promotion, they have to give interview. And what kind of interview will be that what you have contributed towards this organization. It will review all your work done until that day. So that is purpose of interview. That interviews are for job, it may be in the promotion of job, and maybe if you are getting some other position in the job. And there is another way of interview, that is exit interview. Exit interview is also considered useful for the performance of organization or growth of organization. Now, what is exit interview? If any person is leaving the job, so at that moment, the organization should know why the person is leaving the job. So the reasons that the organization will ask, or maybe the questions that the organization will ask, is kind of a exit interview. Then again, to put it more formally, interviews are conducted basically in two ways that we were talking about, appointment or job for the purpose of job. Now, what is that? First is solicited interview and unsolicited interview. So solicited interviews are those which are formally invited through giving a proper advertisement, and then you apply for that job. And unsolicited, somehow you know the organization, you approach the organization, and then you start working with the help of your experience, with your past experience. So these are the basic background. This is a basic background for conducting or for the interviews. These are the purposes of interview and the types of interviews. Now, our major concern here with this class is for how to prepare for the interview. Now, if I remember correctly, last year you had one chapter called interview skills. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but luckily or unluckily, you didn't get a chance to express about that, what you know about, because there was no exam for final year. And that's the reason that you could not write or express anything about what do you know about interviews. So how we should prepare for interviews? I have prepared a few slides, and this thing we can go. Okay, so before I move on to these slides, I just want to know from you, any student can tell me that, can we, means now I'm using this Zoom. So I have selected one video. So can I start online here through this platform, and how to start it? Does anyone know, boys, girls, how to play video through this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then I will try. If we get interrupted in between while showing the video, please bear with that. Okay. See, okay. Now let's continue with the slides. The next slide, as I said, how to prepare for the interview. Now, interview planning goes in 3 steps. Now, which are these 3 steps? That is, you have to plan before interview. What is that is called as pre-interview. In pre-interview, what are things that you should know? We will discuss. Then during the interview also, you should know what you are going to do or how you are going to look after that. And after the interview or post, that is post-interview. So these are the 3 steps where you are expected to represent yourself in a well acquainted manner. You know all those things and you are practicing all those things. So how we can do that? So let us start with pre. So pre, what are, like, you know, when let's take that example. In kitchen also, if your mother wants to cook something, so she doesn't start with actually immediately. She makes some planning for that. And after planning, then she starts cooking, getting it. So here every work it requires planning. And if you want good results, planning is essential. So let us see. And so what is the first condition in the pre-interview planning is that, hope you have read the advertisement carefully. It is very essential now, our advertisement or the letter that you received from the organization to come for the interview. Now, why I have used the word carefully? Because a single mistake in reading may lead to a lot of misunderstanding. And this creates bad impression of either the candidate or either the organization. Now let me tell you this example. There was last year I must have discussed about this, but let me see because it suits here that example. There was a candidate who was invited for the interview, and he was supposed to report to for that interview place at 10 a.m. The candidate read the letter, but it was written 10 p.m. in that letter, and without means reconfirming, the candidate reached the place at 10 p.m. Now you all understand 10 p.m. means it's in the
Time.
yes
Night.
yes, in the night. And then nobody conducts interviews at 10 p.m. in the night. It is expected that you should reach, it was expected that he should reach at 10 a.m. that is morning, in the morning. But without confirming. Now what was the candidate's role? The candidate could have given a call back on that letterhead. There is a phone number or email address. He could have given a call back and asked, okay, my letter mentions it is 10 p.m. but is it a 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. that I want to come for this meeting, that you want me to come for the meeting? But without confirming that, he read the 10 p.m. and he reached at the place at 10 p.m. Now we all know what would be the result, that nobody would have been there and the candidate must have been marked as absent when the interviews were going on. So it plays very important role. Reading carefully plays very important role. So every candidate should read his or her interview call letter or the advertisement very carefully. Okay, so next comes is revise your biodata as per the post that you are applying. Now, I'm not saying that you change all your qualifications, etc., because we cannot do that, whatever we have. But the way it depends on the post that you are asked for. For example, you are a commerce graduate, and a commerce graduate can handle the jobs like accounting, the jobs like auditing, the jobs like managing, because you have learned this subject. It is expected that you have learned the auditing techniques, you have learned the accounting techniques, you have learned the management techniques, and also you have learned to draft the letters. So like for example, letters or communication, a company secretary is expected to know some amount of some knowledge of law and drafting. Then you all have that. Then management, some people you study with the help of management subject how to manage the things. Then you also study accounting, how to manage the balance sheet of a firm or a company, and you also know how to do auditing, etc. So imagine, like if the advertisement is for an auditor, for the post of auditor, so you have to highlight your achievements in the field of auditing. That you can say, I have worked with a CA or a company which has trained me for basics in auditing. So here, when you are applying for the post of auditor, the company will look that, yes, this man has got little understanding of the process of auditing. On the other hand, if there is if the advertisement is for the post of an accountant, then you can understand, I have my own business, a small business that I'm running. And along with that business, I have also learned how to maintain the balance sheet of my business. So you can highlight that you are good at maintaining the balance sheet, or you know how to do the accounting job. So all these things does make a difference in your biodata. So you have to highlight your achievements as per the post that is advertisement for. Are you understanding this, what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Next. Okay, so now what is another thing that you have to do is that visit the official website of the company or organization. See, you need to know where you are applying, why you need to know why you are applying for that company only. There are hundreds of company of the same product, but you are not applying there. You are applying why this company. So you should understand that nowadays it is a custom, or not only custom, it is a practice that when you are applying for any job, you should, and when you are going for interview, you should visit the official website of the company so that you can get to know about that company. Then you can reframe your answers according to that. And then, as I said, that look for its highlights, that is highlights or achievements. Now, this will give you a chance to know, yeah, that why, if someone asks you that why have you selected this company only, why our company? So what should be your answer? That you can see when I was browsing through your website, your official website, I have seen the turnover of the company, and I have also seen the opportunities that the company has given to its employees. And I think I have some talent which will be useful for for increasing or adding I would like to add or utilize my talent in the growth of this company. So I think I should apply for this post, and so I'm here. So if you know, when you can answer all these things, if you know about the company, you cannot randomly go and sit in front of the interview panel and say, no, because I have heard the name of your company and because I have read the advertisement in the company. No, it can't be like that. Okay. Yeah. Yes. It can be about finding about the history or about the company. It is structure and market position. Yes, yes, Himanshu, you are right. So that is what we can understand. We should know the official website of the company, and in order to express ourselves very well and confidently. Now, this is about the organization, that what you all should know. Now, there is something that you all should also know about yourself, that how you should be there for the, you should present yourself for the interview. Now, wear something that you are comfortable. This is very, very interesting and important. Now, why it is important that people, like, most of the time we try to wear something which think, yeah, that is a good one, or this is the most costly dress that I have purchased, but that costly dress perhaps may not be suitable for that occasion, or may not be adequate for that occasion. And yes, that dress is there. Like, for example, it has a very gaudy color, like a party wear dress. And so you think, no, I should go with that. So will you be an acceptable candidate there? You will not be an acceptable candidate in an interview where you are dressed up like you are going for a wedding ceremony. So you should avoid the clothes that are not adequate and appropriate to the situation. So wear something that you are comfortable with. So that can you decide, but comfortable does not mean you will go in jeans and t-shirts for the interview. Please remember, because you would say, ma'am, we are comfortable with that. No, you should have a formal dress that will make you a good impression. Now here, this is what I have said, that dress up well. It is your dressing that makes the first impression, and then your words. So your dressing style speaks for your attitude, speaks for your overall personality. Then be presentable. Now, presentable, again, be presentable means what? As I said, your clothes should be a good one. You should look good in that sense. I'm not saying beautiful or handsome. Whatever you are, that you should look, but in a very presentable way. Then selection of color, or like the clothes that you are wearing, they should not have very dark color, or may not be very gaudy clothes, or may not have some fashionable clothes. You should better avoid them. Then in case of boys also, and in nowadays I can see a variety of hairstyle, they are using boys and girls also. But then they should mind their hairstyle also. The hairstyle should be also like, you imagine yourself in the other side of the chair. that would you like somebody who is coming in a very messy and not very shabby clothes, untidy? So nobody likes that. So your hair should be properly plaited in case of girls, and or boys, you should maintain your hairstyle well. Then in case of shoes or chappals, whatever attire, it should go with your attire. Means you will say, no, I'm wearing jeans and slipper is, so that doesn't go. Both the things will not go. You should have a formal dress. The shoes should be polished one. Make sure the your socks, the socks should be cleaned one. Because what happens, most of the organizations have that sometimes and they are not torn apart, or your socks are not stinky, because most of the organization have some of the at least in India, that if they follow some faith or some ideology, they ask the people to remove their shoes outside the office. So in case of, if imagine you have been asked to remove your shoes outside the office, and your shoe and your socks are badly stinking, you are an unacceptable candidate, because it shows that you are not a tidy person. Make sure they are not torn. Another important thing I would like to tell, that whatever perfume that you use, what do we call it as? What do you people call it as? Perfume nahi, काय म्हणतात तुम्ही? Dio, yeah. So that should not be very vibrant, in the sense very strong. It should be mild, because first of all, if you are a very well person, you will take care of all those things. So it should not be very strong flavor, or what you can say, the smell of that Dio. Then yes, selection of color is important, hairstyle, shoes, and Dio, etc. I should have mentioned that there. Okay, but so these are small but very interesting, very important points that you should remember. Do not forget to carry your own handkerchief in your own pocket, instead of putting in bag or instead of somewhere in. Okay, so because that is the handy thing, so you should carry it with you. So presentable, it includes that color, hairstyle, shoes, and etc. Dressing up well. In case of girls, I would advise you not to wear very gaudy clothes, and your dressing should suit to the occasion or the post of the that you are applying for. For example, a company secretary, you should know, and you can see all the. In fact, last year we studied Indra Nui, and I would like to tell her story here about what happened when she was in America, and she was invited for the interview. And in US, you need to have that attire, different professional attire, like what is that, skirt and blazers like that. But she was saying, I don't have some sort of such attire, so better I follow my own practice. And she went with the sari for the interview. Of course, it is, of course, her talent was recognized, but at the same time, the confidence with which she carried herself in the attire that she wore has brought her the laurels, or has brought her the job. So whatever you are doing, you should be confident about. So make sure your clothes add to your personality. Then, yeah, this is again very important thing, that before pre-interview, that you should confirm the exact location of the interview. Now, here I would like to tell that there is a renowned company. Any company could be could have many branches, and usually they write the central office address or regional address. So if you are going for an interview at a particular place, you should confirm whether which branch that you have been invited for the interview. Otherwise, what happens, because the letter is from the and we do not, as I said, we don't read carefully. Sometimes in the excitement that you received the call letter, you may not read where exactly it has been asked. So you have to make sure the exact location of the interview. I will tell you an incident that when I use, means many a times when I call for these guest lectures, so all these resource person, at least 3 times it has happened with me. I have written in the letterhead when I'm inviting them that this is the Siagarh College of Arts and Commerce, Narre. So they are expected to reach at Narre. But most of the time they come and say, oh ma'am, actually we forgot, we turned to the left side of the highway and we are reaching here at Vadgaon campus. Now it will take time. So reaching from Vadgaon campus to Narre campus will take another 15-20 minutes. So why does it happen? Because they have not confirmed it on phone with me either, that is it the same campus or do we have to, where do we have to reach? So you can avoid it very well by confirming with the person who has invited you. So know the exact location. Then this is, should reach the interview place half an hour early than the given time. This is very important. Now, most of the time we Indians are known for late Latif, but let's wipe out this spot of late Latif and try to learn and try to reach in time. Sometimes what happens, you know, yes, there could be any problem. So you can understand. So you can never say that, yeah, there was a traffic, there was something. By considering all these problems, you should start well in advance from your home. If you start early, you will reach early and you will be safe. Safe in the sense you will be composed. And what if you reach late? If you reach late, you will forget to carry your things, what you are supposed to carry with you. Now for that, and then you will say, sometime you must have seen somebody comes late, then suddenly he drops his file, then he picks up file and then he suddenly drops his bag. And when he's getting his bag, he drops his water bottle. So n number of messy things happens. Why? Because the person has reached late and he doesn't want, and he's confused what to do, where to do. And somewhere at the back of mind, he has that feeling, now it is a wrong impression. So in order to avoid all those things, you should start well in advance. Now, starting well in advance does not make you are entirely very well planned person. That is one component. But what can make you start early? If your file that you wanted to carry tomorrow is ready. Now, if you think that, yes, my file is ready, only the thing is that I have to take 2 printouts while going to the interview. On the way, I will take the 2 printouts. Now, when you say I will take 2 printouts, now you are starting at 10 o'clock from home. The interview is at 11. Now you have started, but when you reach at the place where you have to take the printouts, the person had just opened his shop. Maybe now the person has just opened his shop and maybe it will take another 20 minutes to start the machine. Now, can you wait for those 20 minutes? But you have to wait because you have not planned your papers earlier. So you have to wait 20 minutes there, and then when the machine starts, you will get the printouts. Probably when the machine was not properly set up, then perhaps your printout will be in a may not be clear, may not be in a good readable way, etc. So again, that will pressurize you that you are getting late. So you will say, no, I started in time, but you will keep on blaming the people who were all in the queue. So, and then you will make n number of honking and horn giving. Give me side, I'm getting late for my interview. So it is you who have built this pressure on you. So it is better you plan your file well in advance at the previous day itself than postponing on the next day. I hope you understood this. Okay. Now, should reach the time of place a half an hour early than given time. Then once you reach at the place, you should inform the receptionist about the presence of you for that interview. Of course, you reach there, but it may happen sometimes that the organizers, that the receptionist must have announced the names earlier also, that are these people or are these candidates present here, and you must have not listened to that. So it becomes your duty to go and approach them that, yes, I have reached to this place. Now, are there any formalities before I go for interview that I have to complete? and then the receptionist may give you a paper to sign and may ask you to submit the documents. So all those things are there that you need to take care of. Are you following this now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's move to the next slide. Yeah. Now this is something that during this is ask for any documents to be submitted. Yeah, that was something that when you reach at the receptionist place, you have to ask for what are the documents. I have got my documents, should I submit them? Or make sure you have sufficient copies of the documents that you wanted to submit at the place of interview. Okay. Now let us move on to the what are the things that we have to do with the exact interview when it starts. Okay. Before I start, I have already, you can see the slide here, but I would like you people to at least tell me something about what is going on in your mind if you go to the interview. Yes.
Behave calmly.
Yes, anybody else? Sandeep?
मॅम इंटरव्ह्यूला सिलेक्ट होणार की नाही हा प्रश्न राहील माझा.
I didn't listen to you clearly. Please pardon.
की मॅम इंटरव्ह्यूला मी सिलेक्ट होणार की नाही हा प्रश्न राहील माझ्या जात असताना.
इंटरव्यू माझा. Okay. Yes, Honey Singh. Yes, Himanshu.
Yes.
Himanshu, please unmute yourself and answer what you feel.
Ma'am, be confident and talk in a positive manner.
You will think of positive things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Vaishnavi.
Not to get nervous and listen patiently to the questions.
Yeah, that's very good answer. Yes. Pooja. Pooja Mate, can you tell something about your feelings when you go for interview? Yes. Shruti, Kirdat, Shruti. Yes, Shruti. Are you all there in class or not? Okay. Anyway, I got few answers. Okay. Anyway, that is to avoid yourself from being nervous. And is there anyone who will not feel nervous? I can see that from your answers that obviously since you are not answering, that shows you are nervous even in here also, not to speak a single line. So yeah, I can understand this. Okay, 1 minute to adjust. So we discussed what we are what we should do in pre-interview, and now we are actually during the interview. Now, as you can see, can someone read the first thing?
Greet with the smile.
Yeah. So greet with the smile,
Greet with a smile.
Smiling, perhaps you would say, this will make both the people comfortable. Okay. Because if you are nervous, the other person will say, oh my God, should I ask the question to this candidate or not? So if you make already a very face where you show that, yes, I'm very scared or I'm feeling nervous. Yes, nervousness is a positive sign that it means you are serious, you are sincere for this interview. So what you should do is that you should prepare, you should make the person suggest, yes, I can, means you are smiling means it's okay. If you ask me questions, I am ready to try my level best. Then here, have a firm handshake. Usually when you go for a company and if the officers offer you the handshake, you should have, as I said in the last class also, that your handshake tells you whether what kind of person you are. If it is a very loose and with a few, if you are offering only 4 fingers to the in the handshake, that shows you are not a trustworthy person. You should, the relation cannot get along. So it is better to have the handshake, and that's what I have showed you in the first slide. If you remember, did you see that handshake, the image of handshake?
Yes, ma'am.
So how was it? It was very firm. Firm in the sense, but firm does not mean holding it for a longer time. But whenever you do that, it should be firm handshake. Okay. So have a firm handshake and then avoid discussing about any influences or acquaintances. Now, actually what happens when you are there for this interview, the people will ask you, okay, introduce about yourself, and then you start introducing yourself, and then suddenly what happens, you tell, okay, I belong to this place, and then they say, oh, you are from that place where we were, I know somebody from that place, and then you start discussing about that place. Oh, he is in our relation, and then means he is my uncle, he is my somebody else. So you start talking about acquaintances and influences. Usually a good interview will not approve this sort of communication. You know, you can simply say, yes, I know him or her, or yes, I have some idea about that. That's it. But if you go on talking something about the person, that yes, he is my uncle, or he is from our family, or I know him, or I know his political background, I know his other status in the society, so that you should better avoid getting along with that. So you should concentrate on your interview. So that you should remember. Then if the interviewers forget, this is something, yeah, it should be, this point should come earlier actually. If the interviewers forget to allow you to sit down, if they means there, since there are many and they are discussing and thinking many things at the same time, so if they forget to tell you to sit down, you should make yourself comfortable by asking them, may I sit down? Okay. Anyway, it is showing me that it is the last minute. So if it gets down, you all please join with the same link of this so that we can continue with our class. Okay. So you can make yourself comfortable by asking them whether you should sit, or, and then obviously since they have invited you for interview, they will not say